I bought the cheapest and best-selling welder on Mercado Libre, and I received a lot of messages like these. Make that video, but with the Migflux. Lustof Yair from the Welders made a video testing the most affordable multi-process welder on Mercado Libre. And since you asked me to make a similar video but with the Lustof Migflux, I'm going to do it. If you want to watch the Welders video, I'll leave the link down below in the description. They made a really entertaining video, as they say in Mexico. Did you nail it, Yair? The first thing I'm going to do is go to Mercado Libre so I can buy the welder. In the search bar, I'm going to type SML 150 Lustof. As you can see, there are many options to buy at different prices. But since the idea is to get it cheaper, I'm going to filter the search and select the lowest price. And the first option that comes up is this one for 242,000 pesos, which is about $220. So I'm going to choose this option, which is the cheapest. And it says it arrives today. And as you can see, this welder has over 1,000 sold. It's one of the most affordable Migflux models currently on the market. And I'm going to choose the option of 3 installments of $90 each. That's it, it's bought. Now we wait. It's still Friday, December 13th, and it's 7:13. And honestly, the welder arrived today. I'm really happy because I bought it today and I didn't think it would arrive, but here it is. When this welder came out, a lot of people sent me messages saying that the circuit board would burn out, so I bought it with some fear because I don't know if they fixed that problem. It could have been the first batches or others that came with defects. I hope this one isn't from any of those and that it's a good one. Now comes the part I like the most, the part that excites me the most, which is opening it. Honestly, what I really love is buying tools. If there's something I enjoy doing, it's investing in tools, so let's see what's inside. Well, first we start with the manual. We have the Lustof manual. Let's see. It comes with a photosensitive mask, Lustof. A cardboard. It comes with 2 magnetic squares. Orange color, I like the color orange. This way, bring the torch. The torch is hooked, it looks like a toy. Also bring the clamp, the welding clamp, and it comes with the flux wire. So well, now it's time to take out the biggest beauty, which is the welder. The Lustof welder. Thank you. So, we're going to take this out over here, we're going to assemble it, and we're going to see how it works. Is there a switch back here to turn it on? Thank you. Honestly, for being affordable, it came with a lot of things. It came with 2 magnetic squares. Like we said, it came with the flux, which is nice because now we can try it out. The gadget. And well, for those who didn't have a mask, it already comes with the mask included. Ready to try out your new gadget? This mask is good for testing the machine, not for daily use, because it's inexpensive and not very good. I recommend you buy another mask. What I didn't like about this machine is that the torch is built into the machine, so if the torch breaks, it's going to be kind of complicated to replace it. I would have liked it to come with a connector like the clamp, which would make it much easier if you need to change it. On the front, I can also see that it has this button. You can select, for example, 090806 or 1. And this means what the machine is going to support. The thickness of the wire, if we set it in the middle, it will support 06, and if we set it here, it will support 1. With this knob, we can adjust the voltages and the wire. That means with this, we're going to do both things together. We're going to adjust the wire speed and the voltage at the same time. I don't like this, honestly. I would prefer if they were separate. One where I can adjust the wire speed and another for the amperage. The ground clamp it comes with seems good, but the cable is way too short. About 1.5 meters, really short. I like the torch because it comes with a cable that's about 2.5 meters long. Honestly, it's pretty good. The torch, from what I can see, is really delicate, very weak, and honestly, the trigger feels like a toy. It seems too weak to me, but let's hope it lasts. The plug is 20 amps and can handle up to 250 volts. Okay, here I'm going to open the compartment. Well, this is where the flux wire will go. Oh God, wounds that want to heal. I want to... Here I have the option to change the wire. It tells me it supports 0.8 and 1 here. Now I'm going to see which wire it came with to see which of the two I should use. The wire that came with it is 0.8 millimeters, so I'm going to use it. On the 0.8 side, as you can see here, I don't know if you can see it well there, 0.8, we're going to put it here. This is like a safety nut, which we put on like this and turn so the wire guide doesn't come out. Now we're going to move on to opening the wire. We have to be very careful with this because if it comes loose, we could waste a lot of material. Let's take off the nut.
Con el resorte.
This machine has the wire entry at the top, so the wire should go upwards, just like this. If the machine required the wire to go downwards, we would have to place it like this, on this side, so the wire would go down. But in this case, it goes upwards. So we're going to put it like this, and now we're going to place it. Let's put the spring, no, the washer, the little spring. And that's it. You don't have to tighten it too much because this is what gives movement to the sides, to the wire roller. Okay, so now I'm going to take it out carefully because it shouldn't come apart, otherwise the whole roll will start to unravel. You need to peel off a small part of the sticker to remove the wire. I'll move it aside to make it easier. I'm going to cut the little piece that's bent. And we're going to insert it slowly. I'll move it again so you can see better. Otherwise, I wanted to do it right because if it comes out, here you have to move it up. Let's see, I'm going to use a knife because I can't grab it well there, to lift it, to put it in the little hole. It's here. There, it's ready. Let's set it down a little more. And we lower it. There it is. Now I'll turn on the machine and press until the wire comes out of the torch. Okay, now let's stretch it out a bit so it doesn't get tangled anywhere, so the wire doesn't get in the way, and then we turn it on. Sorry, I forgot to mention you need to remove the nozzle and tip first, so let's take off the nozzle. Let's take off the tip. And now here we have the tip and the nozzle. So now let's start tightening and we'll see how the wire starts to turn. Let's wait and see. Do you feel the vibration over here? There it is. Let's turn it a little so we don't waste the wire. Let's lower this one and turn it from the back. We lift it up, I went a bit too far and there it is. Now we put the tip back on. And we put the nozzle back on. Now we close it. Now I'm going to put the welder on this wood, because I use the ground on the table, so you have to make sure that the welder's metal doesn't touch the ground to avoid problems. So let's move it over to this side. And now we take it out. Let's put the dough in and get ready to try it. First and foremost, you have to wear protective clothing, which would be the face shield, welding gloves, and a jacket or something to cover your arms. Another thing I want to mention about the torch is that the nozzle is for the gas to come out for the welding. But this machine is only for flux, it doesn't have a place to put gas. We can take it off. That's it, and we can use it for welding. Also, if you press the tension, it also has the little holes for the gas to come out. But as we said before, this machine is not for gas. So we can weld this way. Or with the nozzle, there's another one, like another nozzle that comes with the tip built in, which would be for the Flux Lux machines. So, well, now I'm going to try it without the nozzle. We'll leave it over here. So I'm going to start testing the machine. Here I have a test material where I'm going to be testing the machine. Now I'm going to set the button here where we have the wire 0.8, which we know came with 0.8. So we're going to set the button all the way to the end. Seeing that it's there, the 0.8, and here we're going to test it on 5. You can tell it's using a lot of amperage, so I'm going to lower it a bit more. I'm going to set it there. Ideally, it should be used with the nozzle, because if the tip gets touched too much, it's better for the nozzle to get dirty. When we're touching the metal with the tip, and especially if you don't have practice, you're going to touch the tip to the metal. So let's start with the nozzle. Since the welder, Flux, produces a lot of slag and spatter, you weld the opposite way compared to a gas MIG welder. With a metal active gas welder with gas, you weld forward so the gas goes into the weld. On the other hand, with the Migflux, you weld in reverse so that the pores don't get into the bead that you need to weld. To prevent spatter from sticking to the metal, we're going to use an anti-spatter spray. In this case, I'm going to spray it on the metal and also on the nozzle. So that the spatter doesn't stick. And as we said before, to prevent spatter from getting on the weld beads, we're going to do it moving backwards. Backwards. backwards, because if we do it forwards, we're going to put all the spatter on the weld bead. And that's it. Now that the machine is more or less adjusted, I'm going to start testing it for welding. For that, I'm going to weld two profiles that are 1.6 millimeters thick. First, I'll make two tuck welds to join the metals. Now, to do a continuous weld, you have to clean off the spatter and slag so you can weld continuously. When I was welding, I felt like I was piercing the metal. That means it has too much amperage, so I'm going to turn the metal over and lower the amperage. Now the wire speed and the amperage are perfect, and that's how it should look. The bead, even though there's a small pore, it's something minimal that can be cleaned, but honestly, the bead turned out really nice. The fact that it doesn't use gas really surprised me. Well, the machine, for being affordable, is good. It welds well, but there's something I didn't like. What I didn't like, just so you can see that I'm not pressing the button or anything if the nozzle or the wire touches the metal, it makes that short circuit and the machine tries to shut off. I really didn't like that at all. If no one is pressing the button, there shouldn't be any current. I don't know if other flux welders have that problem, but my welder doesn't do that, so I don't know. So there are two things I didn't like. The machine, the torch cable that comes built in, and that it has that short circuit without pressing the button when it shouldn't do that. Did the same thing happen to you or your machine? Does Lustof do the same thing? I hope the circuit board doesn't burn out and that it lasts a long time, because it's going to help me make a lot of welding videos. Flux with this one, so let's hope it lasts. I already have a flux welder. Well, it's not just a flux welder, it's a 3-in-1. It has manual metal arc Migflux, and it also has tungsten inert gas for you. You all asked me to buy one so I could make a video just about flux. So I decided to buy this machine so I could make videos for you all, explaining everything about flux alone and how this machine works, which is the best-selling one. In the next videos, you will see videos of Migflux welding thick profiles, thin profiles, and sheets, and you will see many other videos with flux. Let me know in the comments which machine you have, if you have this machine and how long it lasted for you, if you liked it or if you had any other problems. So this would be the video testing this machine, Migflux. And if you like this video, don't forget to follow me. It would help me a lot. Thank you.